Oh, you dirty, rotten scumbags out there. I know, low lives. Do women even want you? That is the topic I'm going to be diving into a bit here today. What are women even looking for? What traits? If they had their own pick of the litter, what would they select? And this from Dapper Dev, just discovered him. Fine young gent here. With his channel, give him a quick look at what he's yapping on about.
Because I do want to dive into this topic. Dating is cooked as an ambitious man. Let's see what he has to say.
People think that as a man, the more you level up, the more options you're going to have in dating. But in reality, it's literally the opposite. The better you get, the smaller your pool gets. If you've got your career handled, your own place, you're in shape, disciplined, ambitious, you're not just going to settle for anyone. You've raised your own standards. So naturally, your standards for a partner go up too. And
before he goes any further, also, a lot of women today don't want that. Like, he's naming off, like, you can see the guy's jacked, he lifts. Do you even lift, bro? He does. When you are in shape and you're self-respecting, you're trying to make your money, you're doing all this stuff to, like, level up, or a lot of women today, as I talk about toxicity and just, a lot of them don't even want that. They don't like that. A lot of women today, like I've said before, many people have said, they walk, talk, and act like men. They're boastful. They're masculine. They are competing, jockeying for position to be the big dog. They want to wear.
And what that gets into, as we are talking about, yes, what is it that the women actually desire? Because, yes, a great many, they don't care about that sort of stuff. And as he said, it is preferable that you do not have it, because they know that a woman knows, I should say now, that a man who is a little desperate, a little subservient, he's been downtrodden, he's been struggling on the romantic and lustful side of life, so to speak. They want him because, why? Why would they want a fellow who is not the cream of the crop? For one, those ladies, I'm sure you've seen enough of them on podcasts and whatnot. They mark out what they want, and it's a top 0.001% of men, and whatever it is. But the majority of them, I don't actually think are that delusional. They know they have tried to get the cream of the crop, the top tier fellow, and that has not resulted in anything good other than a few frolics between the sheets once in a while with Mr. Right, who doesn't care about him. So, as a fallback plan, do you believe that the women, clear this out my throat now, do you believe that the women would dare reduce their standards and come to some realization that what they have, what they want, don't line up? Not at all, does it? So, they know they can't get the top one, so rather than self-reflect and consider what might be done to change that where they actually fit in, they decide it is better to have a fellow beneath them that's right. They don't want, I know the spiel is they date, women date across the spectrum and up. They don't go down. But I'm telling you, they do go down, and for a very specific reason. Now what, pray tell, might that reason be? Because it is a matter of control. They know the top guy, they're going to shove him. He doesn't care. They can't get him. So rather than get someone on their level a little bit higher than them perhaps, who would want to wear the pants, the man that is, they'd rather get a man who is not going to try. They know he's desperate. They know he's fading a little bit on that side of things. So by her offering herself up, she automatically has this perceived value that would come at a great cost to the man. And he's so desperate that he'll take it. He'll start putting up with it, even though she could be way lower than him. He'll put up with it because that's what he gets. You get what you're given, and you don't throw a fit. So he will accept what the woman is offering him. And she will take it because he now is a pawn that she can control. He supplies her with what? maybe some money, maybe some affection. He does tasks for her. He repairs things. He's kind of a little errand boy to the lovely ladies out there. Only to the one now. She has secured him, and he will be at her beck and call, because she might, party time, she may give up that desirable little thing between her legs there, that little feminine bits, we'll say. That'll keep him being a good boy, won't it? He'll be a good boy on the off chance that old Big Mama might give him a little joyride. Well, starfish, whatever you want to call it. They have their own special dynamics, I'm sure. Works for everyone. That's why the state of relationships are so fine and dandy. So anyway, the woman wants him down because he's easy to control, and she knows that he's not that great. She could dispose of him if a better option came around. Most assuredly, she would dispose of him. Interchangeable. Doesn't care. She will swap him out without a moment's thought. So for the meanwhile, though, she uses him for utility, kind of while her eye is still peeking around. Think, okay, well, who else is out there that I might acquire? They're always trying to get rid of him. And he's there, oh, please, I'll do this for you, I'll do that for you. Come, don't go. As long as they are in that position, the woman loves it. They relish. This is a certain type. Now, I understand. You have a classification, a category of women who are only after that top 1%, we'll say. And they never get it. They just get used up by them and spit out. Oh, my God, I can't believe this happened again. Men are jerks. And there's another one who have kind of accepted their position that it is not going to happen, but rather than submit to one more on their level, they will try to control one who perhaps usually is still a little above their level, but the man mentally feels he is beneath them. So that is kind of the trick that is given here, is that the women will look for one a bit higher, but doesn't have the wherewithal to realize it. And if she can take control of that situation and be the position of power, she can get many things in life that she wants with very little risk. Very little risk.
Or the pants in the relationship. A lot of women today, I've noticed, they seek out weak, submissive men because they want guys that are not going to stand up to their bullshit. They want guys that are not going to call them out. They want guys that don't have any other options and don't have any self-respect, so they can step out and do whatever with whoever, and you're not going to say anything about it, because if you do, I'm going to leave. So you're going to sit there and shut up like a good little whipping boy and put up with my toxic, narcissistic, cheating, no good, lying, dirty behavior. Anyway.
So as old Dapper Dev says, diving into the same there, I'll give you a little bit of backstory on it, and why that comes about. Because women don't start in that position. They don't start out thinking, God, I'm going to go and get these little peasant men that I can tell what to do. I mean, they don't, unless you're some kind of dom. You got those step on your sack with a high heel women out there, and they exist. But for the ones, I think the majority who find themselves in this position are basically out of desperation themselves. They cannot secure anyone else, and so this now becomes, once again, another piece of the Frankenstein relationship. They have to piece things together. It's not just one man who will meet all the needs now, because they can't secure that. They haven't elevated themselves to the level. As this started out with, dating is cooked for the ambitious men, meaning that men who raise their stock are not met with a reciprocal equivalent side on the women's. So the men could get however many points higher, and the women who want them are still same batches, same batch of women down lower. So he's saying his pool of dating really hasn't expanded much, despite how much better he now perceives himself, objectively, we might say, by certain standards, money and physique and whatever else. So the question then becomes, is it worth it? And yes, as a personal standard, it certainly is. Certainly is. You just have to fend off the other women who are not rising along with you. And That is the societal programming here, where the women have surrounded themselves by yes men, or in this case, yes queens. Yes, queen. No matter what you do here, you have the same group, the same batches again, coming out, celebrating your defeats, your failures, as if they were victories. You're fat, you're out of shape, doesn't matter what it is. Yes, queen, you go, queen. They put all this into the mind of the women, building them up, and tearing down men at the same time. And that's what results in a lot of these men who aren't aware of their own value in comparison to the other women. Now, I'm not saying that the men are some great catches all the time. But what I am saying is that they are oftentimes much better than they perceive themselves to be. And it is that lack of recognition in their own abilities that results in these despicable, pitiful, pathetic types of situations where the women shout them down, run them down, take control of them, and the man still believes he's lucky to have it. That results in dead bedrooms and all sorts of things. So the basic is part of raising yourself as an ambitious man also involves this up here. Boundaries. Be like a mime. Set your boundaries. Oh, can't get in my... Set your boundaries. Have some self-respect on your way up, men. Enjoy the journey, but be aware of where you actually stand. Just because your willy hasn't been touched in a while doesn't mean you need to go out and do stupid things and settle for situations that are not too good for you. Not long term. In the short term, the man's always saying, God, if she does this for me now, I gotta keep this. I gotta secure it. Oh, the willy, my willy's gonna be taken care of. Oh, God. Yeah, a money, ring. Shut up, you bunch of bozos. We don't need to be doing any of that. Okay? Have a little bit longer term mindset. Anyway, boys and gals, Ghostman's going out of here. Subscribe, like the general crap that one does on these sorts of videos. If you've made it this far, it is a sheer sign of your genius itself. Now, I will take my repose here later. Ta-ta for now.